We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you another episode of We Can Help with Dave and Woody, already in progress.
Are you ready?
Yes, absolutely ready. And I was going to say something funny about you, and I forgot what I had prepared. So
That's a
it
good
does
one.
yeah, doesn't matter now at this point. So all right,
Woo!
45 and 11 is 56. Okay,
7-Eleven. Remember 7-Elevens? Do you have
they're
7-Eleven?
still around.
Are they really?
Uh-huh. They were in the news recently for something. I forget.
I think
What?
Biden
So
was saying that in order to go to 7-Eleven, you had to be able to talk Indian or something.
okay.
I don't know.
Well, when did they stop? I mean, the original name was their hours, right? I mean, that was a big thing to be open at 7 a.m. and stay open
7 to
till
11. Yeah.
11 p.m., right? And that
Yeah.
quickly rose to 24 hours a day.
Yeah. A lot of those stores were that way.
They're
Little,
all 24, aren't they?
what's that?
They're all 24 hours, aren't they? Convenience stores?
I guess so. Yeah,
I mean, is it?
7-Eleven. Do you have any good 7-Eleven stories?
Well, when I was
Good.
young, we didn't have a 7-Eleven. We had a
Magic Mark.
WaWa.
You knew about Wawa's early on
Yeah, but it's back in the 70s. We had a WaWa.
in
And
Philly.
outside Philly, yeah, Easton,
Yeah. Okay,
Pennsylvania.
that's where they're from.
Where are they from? Philly?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we thought it was a funny name as little kids, so
You know what it
we
stands for?
no, but we quickly. I'll just let you know we turned it into an epithet. Wawa,
Really?
Yeah,
Epitaph.
yeah. So that's not my word of the week, buddy. That's me just coming off the hip with that word.
Wow.
Yeah. But what do you want to tell me about Wawa?
Alexa, what does Wawa mean?
It means a baby crying.
WaWa usually refers to a township in Ontario, Canada.
That's nothing. Alexa,
Well,
volume.
you were so broad with your question.
Alexa, the convenience store Wawa. What is Wawa? Now I'm having a conversation with her.
This might answer your question. According to Wikipedia, WaWa Incorporated is an American chain of convenience stores and gas stations originating in the Philadelphia metropolitan area and located along the east coast of the United States, operating in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia,
Name
Washington,
every
D.C.,
state.
Florida, Alabama, North Carolina, West Virginia,
Jesus.
and Georgia.
All right.
She still didn't tell us what WAWA is.
Well, what do you think it stands for?
I don't know. I was trying to, while she was doing that.
You really didn't know. You don't know
Listeners,
what.
weigh in if you know what Wawa stands for. We got them here in Clay County, and people were like going off the chain, like, "Oh yeah, it's the best thing since."
It's like Bucky's or whatever that what. So, okay,
Go
the
Buc-ee's.
Wawa store name comes from the Native American word. See, we were talking about Native Americans last weekend, the
Wampa?
Seminoles. Yeah, they have a word Wawa, meaning wild goose or snow goose. And it's also the name of the town where the company's first dairy farm was located.
Wawa, PA.
Well, I guess. I don't know. Is there a town Wawa or is it? Yeah, I guess so. So there you go.
Yeah, because they were known for their ice cream and their sub sandwiches or something.
All I know is like the first, I can still picture it where it was and everything in town. It was the only one on the hill by us. It did. We had like a neighborhood store that was out of business after that opened, but beyond that, that's all we had in my neck of the woods.
So the carpetbaggers came in and ran off the.
Yeah, like everything else in America these days, right? Industry comes in, the Walmart stores of the world push out all the local vendors when they come to small towns, and the Home Depot pushes the local lumber yard out and so forth and so on. So
There you go.
it's a sad thing in America, Dave.
Great show.
Yeah. All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Turn it in, baby. So it's Wednesday. Wednesday. No, is it Wednesday?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
It was
Wednesday.
all day at least. Still.
April 9th, ladies and gentlemen. April
Yes.
9th. Did you guys get a little cold front last night?
Actually, I swear to you, I got up this morning and I was
A
like,
little nippy.
it feels a little cold, but it wasn't like bad cold. And I had a dental appointment this morning. See, get my
Get
pearly
cleaned?
whites. Yeah, but I'm getting old. I got coffee colored teeth, but and I'm not vain enough to pay $500 or whatever it is to whiten them. But
How do you feel about fluoride in your water?
I've had it my whole life. It makes sense. Why not?
So they're going to take it out. I think they're.
I know. Good
Yeah, but
Lord.
so here's my argument about that. When I was a wee child, my mother and father were from Mississippi, I've told before. And so we would go to Mississippi quite often to
Well,
visit family.
if you lived in Mississippi, of course you went to Mississippi as a
Well, I
child.
wasn't from there, but my
Oh,
parents.
their parents were. Okay.
So we would go back to visit cousins and stuff. And either they had just gotten fluoride or I don't remember the story, but fluoride was somewhat new to them.
Hmm.
And so I think the premise was dental hygiene in early, 20th 20th century America.
Late 20th century America.
Yeah, was not at the forefront. And so if they could introduce fluoride to the water, then everybody drinks the city water theoretically, then you would have your dose of fluoride. I don't know what it does to you other than helps tooth decay, but then you started because you didn't brush your teeth with fluoride enriched toothpaste. You use like baking soda, that sort of thing, like
Right.
something to be an abrasive. So then they came out with all these toothpaste that had fluoride in them. So then you're asking the question, do we still need fluoride in the water? I don't think so. And the kids
no one drinks water from the faucet, the municipal water anyhow anymore.
Well, that's the point. So now everyone's buying bottled water because God forbid you can't drink city water, which I love city water, rust and all.
Hose water.
Huh?
Were you big on hose water as a kid, man?
Oh, I love the hose.
It was, if you got that first hit, it was either 120 degrees or you could just feel the rubber in the water. You could taste the rubber in the water from the hose. It was so nasty. But when you were thirsty, you didn't carry around a water bottle with you, so you just grabbed a hose at the neighbor's house, and
you were. So my dad, he used to play this trick. He only put a hose, I think, on the south side of the house or something, and he bought that black hose. And then he would lay it out, and we didn't have that thing up against the house that reeled up. He would lay it in loops in the flower bed, so it was exposed to all the heat. So you could never use our hose because it was like 4 million degrees, and it tasted like you were sucking or licking a rubber tire, But we had neighbors that we kind of judged their hose and said, "Oh yeah, their water's great."
Oh, nice.
But yeah,
so you wouldn't drink from your hose, but you drink from other people's hose.
Well, I think that's probably a societal norm that you can drink from your friend's hose, but you can't. No, wait a minute, that's not right. I think that's incest if you drink from your own hose.
Yeah, maybe.
I knew there was a bit in there somewhere, man. We were trying to. I'm like, how?
Well, I was trying to be. I was bringing you around to another meeting,
well,
but
I think
that
we were
wouldn't
both
work.
there. But I just wanted to, dance around it a little bit. Come on, Pat Kelly, weigh in. Dang it!
Weigh in, yes.
Please. How's your hose, Pat? All right. Anyway, so that was good. We got there.
I just thought of something else, but we can't say.
Anyway, so the fluoride thing, I think it's a joke. I think we need to get rid of it. I don't know what it costs municipalities to do it. I can't imagine how they do it. Some guy back there with a big bag of rock salt dumping it into the water system. How's that work?
I'm sure it's probably dripped in. It's probably in liquid form, and it's probably dripped in as it probably exits the plant or something like that. So
spraying it up in the air.
Well, I have a well up at my house in Tennessee, and one of the thing I know I had the water tested. So, but when we first started using the water, it's very full of sulfur and things, the egg smell. So we put a big system in to get rid of all that. But then I started smelling what I thought was a petroleum smell in the water. So I was a little concerned. I'm like, oh crap. Someone had a buried gas tank, below my yard. It's slowly it's seeping into my
Leached
well.
into your well.
They couldn't figure out what it was coming from, but oddly enough, what they do, a solution to make the water smell normal is we put a small amount of diluted bleach into the system, and it kind of works the same way. I have a pump, so when my pump turns on and starts filling the tank up, it pulsates a little bit of the diluted bleach into my water. So
I hate to bring this up, Woody, but so during COVID, you were
no wonder I didn't get it.
You were already ahead of it. You were drinking bleach, just like our president said.
I didn't even think that. Yeah, you're right. So it's interesting. But I was like, really, bleach? The guy, the guy who runs the well company or whatever.
We the city water, believe it or not, some of it's treated with chlorine. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. So obviously, you have to be very careful with the amount. So first of all, I dilute it in its own tank, and then it uses a medical grade pump to just disperse. Every time the pump turns on, it just disperses a little bit into the water, and it took care of the smell. So
and our teeth are clean; they're white.
Yeah, I mean, I'm drinking petroleum still, but at least it's good smelling petroleum. Exactly. So
all right, well, there you go. 2 bits about the water supply. Great show.
Yeah, it's getting there slowly but surely. We only have 22 minutes left to discuss.
So we're on. Hey, this is season. Oh my gosh, season 9.
Season 9. Throw the we need some party hats and something else going on in the background.
96 episodes in the can. That's what they say in the biz,
Right.
96
there,
in the
can. There's my popper.
Hey, that doesn't show up though in the big video.
It doesn't?
No, I look for it.
Oh.
96 episodes in the can. That means we have 4 more episodes to the big episode 100, and we're patiently waiting to see from our listeners if they have any special requests for us to do on episode number 100. Like,
maybe we bring back all the guests we've had on the show in the first 99 100? Episodes.
All of them?
Yeah, all
of them. Isn't that's one person, right?
It's 2.
Oh yeah, Big Brad.
Yeah, that was before YouTube days though. So, I'll have to see if he's up for it.
Some sort of licensing
and our memory consultant, Pat Kelly.
Yeah, Pat Kelly, of course.
Who's the other one?
Remember him. Okay, so I was looking at the email. It looks like I've got an email from you. Oh, this is the tournament update. Okay, that's no good to us anymore. And
I lost.
Alex Johnson sent us an email March 28th because I check them so often. It says earn 15% commission on sales made by your listeners. Hey,
all right.
We could have an affinity here. Hi, is your podcast earning the revenue it deserves? I don't know. With code ADX, you'll earn at least 15% commission every time a listener buys using your promo code. Choose the brands and products you want to promote. No audience size, placement, or length required. Oh. Listen to that.
Length required. You're in.
No audience size, placement, or length requirements. God, where have you been all my life? Someone finally appreciates it. Okay, so promote products your way while your listeners enjoy exclusive discounts. Recently, one show earned over $1,500 in commission just from a few listener purchases.
Wow.
Can you believe it? Sign up for free today and see the brands ready to partner with. Probably like.
Okay. I'm going to why don't we put like Lamborghinis and Rolex watches?
I'm not going to sell any of that.
Well, then, but if we do, we'll get our 15% commission, man. That'll be a big payout.
Okay. I think it was Jean-Paul Getty said, do you want to make a lot of money from a few people or a little money from a lot of people?
Well, I think our business model currently is a little money from a lot of people, but unfortunately we're missing the second half of that equation.
The lots of people.
People, yeah. So sign up, people. Get out there. Tell others. I want to see people walking around with placards and billboards and those banners that fly behind. Is there a name for that?
banners.
Those banners that fly behind
planes.
planes. Yeah. They have a name?
Well, they could be wearing our swag too. You can get our shirts and our hats, right?
Yeah. Where do they get
So,
them?
so I got a funny story. Well, it's negotiable whether it's funny or not. But so I'm at the fair yesterday. The fair's in town, Clay County Fair. Woohoo! And I'm the chairman of the board for the clothes closet and food pantry. So it's the Fair Care Day yesterday. This is where the fair and Winn-Dixie put out all these big bins all over the Winn-Dixies throughout Northeast Florida, and we collect canned goods for the clothes closet and food pantry. And yesterday was the culmination of that, where they bring the bins to the fair and people bring bags of food, and they get a discounted ticket. Well, there's a fellow that plays country music up front. He's the Pink Cowboy. His name is Dennis something. He's from Memphis area. Up
Oh, okay. Why the pink cowboy? Does he dress in
He
pink?
dresses in pink. Yeah.
All right. That's the
And
extent of it.
yeah, pretty much.
All right.
He's a bit of a fair showman. You know what I mean? He's
He's a character.
He's a character, and so he does this little bit where he's at the front gate and he's playing songs, singing. Women are walking by of all types of caliber, and he's telling them, I just love you, and will you be my wife? And he's carrying on with them. Anyway, so he gets you into an interview situation where you're standing right next to him, and he holds his ear and he goes, "Okay, bring us back from the studio. Go ahead and give me a countdown." And the guys in the band are like 5, 4, and then he goes, "Are we going camera 1 or camera 2?" And he's looking up in the sky, and the people are like, "What the hell? Where's this camera at?"
It's hidden camera show.
So I'm watching him like, he doesn't have a camera, does he? He's going, "We're going back to the studio. Okay, camera 2. All right, very good. Go ahead and give me a countdown." So I was laughing it up, man. But anyway, that's where our swag is.
For the show.
Yeah, for the show.
Oh, okay.
Stay on board here, Woody.
How are sales doing with the Pink Cowboy selling?
Oh, it's good.
All right.
All right, that's good.
Well, listen, I'm debating which story to tell you, but okay, we're going to stick with this because it's in front of me. Okay. So I never have been a good person who can memorize a list. I never had that skill set, right? I tried to, I even invested in one of those infomercials one time that said, "Yeah, I'll teach you to memorize blah, blah, blah." And there's some merit to it, to the technique that they were giving, but I never learned more than just a grocery list, right? How to do a grocery list or any other kind one-word list. But anyhow, long story short, so you remember getting vocabulary tests, right?
Yeah.
Were you good at those?
I don't know. I like vocabulary now. But
well, that's why I'm going to test you a little bit here.
Oh,
because, well, one of the things I realized, because I heard a word the other day and I'm like, oh, and it was used in a sentence and I got the context and I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I knew what that word was or is. And the reason being is when I'd get the vocabulary tests, I would read the word and I would use the word itself to try and give me a hint to what the definition was.
So you try to put it in a sentence to see if it makes sense.
Not even non-sentence, but okay, let me give you an example. I put a few down. Do you know what nonplussed means?
Nonplussed.
Yes.
Well, non would be
the negative.
The negative to plus, so nonplussed. Is it Plussed?
Yes.
And is it hyphenated or is it one
No,
word?
no, it's just one word.
Nonplussed.
Yeah.
Plussed. It means to not have bloomed yet.
No, not even close. So if I read nonplussed, I would think it means you're not angry, right? Plussed. You're not plussed. Okay. Yeah, it just gives me that feeling, and apparently that is a common interpretation of the word. It sounds like it means unfazed or chill, but its actual meaning is bewildered or confused.
Wow, that's like completely the opposite.
Yeah. Here's another one.
The feeling anyway, it's the opposite.
Right. Disinterested.
Yeah, that one's disinterested. I'm not interested.
No. See?
So it's an oxymoron. It's a negative.
No.
It's a negative. A negative makes a positive. So it means I'm interested. Disinterested.
I think that works in mathematics,
Is
but
it
not necessarily.
DIS?
DISINTERESTED.
Disinterested.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's something we need to
Hold
learn
on,
in
hold on.
politics.
Sheila, what's disinterested? Do you know?
What are you asking? You can't ask for help.
You know what disinterested means?
There's no lifelines in this game.
She says she's not helping.
Good, thank you. So, yeah, is most people oh, nice nacho. Oh, Taco Bell, not now. Remnants of some Taco Bell food, Dave, shown on camera.
They can see it.
He'll
Okay.
be making some
ASMR.
You'll be doing the Dutch oven tonight, but
Is that one of the words you're playing with?
no, disinterested. It sounds like you're bored, but it actually means impartial or unbiased.
Huh.
Right?
Okay. I've heard that.
And the one I wanted to talk about was decimate.
That's to destroy.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
See? It's
What is it?
You can do your wordsmith in here and you'll figure it out. You're close, but not it's not the actual meaning.
Decimate.
Decimate. What's the first part?
Des.
Or deci.
Oh wait, disseminate. It's
No, not disseminate, decimate.
Oh.
Anyhow.
Okay.
What are you playing with your hot sauce over there? Writing names with your hot sauce?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
he's eating the hot sauce packet.
No, I want to go ASMR, so go ahead.
No. You know how many people have touched that packet? Now you put your lips on it. Anyhow, decimate is to kill 1 in 10. It's not going to come through the microphone. We've tried this with beer. Here, listen. No, you put your head on the side of the microphone. How was I supposed to hear that? He's eating a taco.
That's what she said. All right, so decimate. What is it? Is it? It's number thing 10?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's a combination of the two. It's to kill 1 in 10. And apparently, it had its roots. I don't have this one up on the screen in front of me. It had some roots
like wartime?
In wartime, yeah, of killing 1 in 10 soldiers or something like that. That was to decimate.
You know who would have really been able to help us with that? Did you have to take Dr. White at UCF?
In what class? You have to narrow that down.
Statistics. He was the guy
because I took my statistics in engineering. You took the easy one in business. That our friend in Boston took 3 times to get a C in, so he could get his degree.
We probably had Dr. White.
Why do you have to eat in the middle of the show? You couldn't have done this before or after you decided to start eating.
For good conversation.
Yeah. So,
decimate. Wow.
Yeah.
And that song, decimate.
Okay, you want one more?
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of these, but these are all words this is why I never scored well on my English. Even in college, I had a freaking vocabulary test. I couldn't believe that. My first semester in college, I'm getting vocabulary tests in college. Silly.
You still got to keep learning.
Why? Come on. A vocabulary test. That sounded silly to me. Probably because I didn't score well.
Yeah.
But feckless.
Feckless.
Yes.
I love this word. That means you suck at doing what you're supposed to be doing.
No. Well, I'll give that one. I'll give you 50% in that one.
Politicians are feckless deviants.
There you go. Ineffective or irresponsible. I would have gone. It sounds like to me, it sounds like you're rude or you're just a jerk. You're feckless. But
no,
since you had a sentence all ready to go, I guess you've used this word.
Oh yeah. It's got a sister word that I use all the time too.
Feckless sister?
No, I said it a lot during the last administration that they were feckless.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Administration or Congress?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right.
A lot of those guys too. I'm not picking any sides.
Well, I
They're
got
all-
to give you one more to try to get you on one.
All right.
Restive.
Restive. Restive.
Yep.
Well, it's not festive.
No, no, you got me there, Dave. Yep, it's not festive.
Hold on. I don't think it's Latin in origin. Restive. It's probably early. It's probably.
I don't
recent.
have their origins.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
just
Restive. Well, respite would be care and caring for someone. Respite. Restive. The R is recovery. Restive. I don't know.
Is Pat Kelly beating on his phone right now?
I don't know
Trying
what
to
he's
tell
beating-
us.
I don't know. Probably beating on his hose. What's restive?
Noise. It is. It's not relaxing as most people would think, but it
Yeah.
actually means restless or hard to control.
So I wonder if it's opposite of respite.
I don't know. I didn't.
Hold
you
on.
know, you have restive children in your class.
Oh God, do I ever?
All right. No names though.
Alexa, what is the antonym to respite?
From thesaurus.net. The antonyms of respite are words that mean the opposite, such as agitation, distress, suffering, anxiety, discomfort, and torment.
Why don't you just ask her what the definition of respite is?
Alexa, what is the definition of restive?
The adjective restive is usually defined as impatient of control, restraint, or delay, as persons, restless, uneasy. For more,
is that it?
ask me to give you more definitions for restive.
Yeah.
But I thought we were talking about respite.
No, I don't care.
All right. And on it. And there's one more thing I want to say because I did put it on my other note sheet. The word irregardless.
Yeah, we had this in class today. So what do you got?
It's not a word.
I know.
All right. Would you stop eating?
She got crunchy tacos.
Haven't you had enough tacos?
Can you ever have enough tacos?
I knew you were going to go there.
It's our 94th episode. What episode is this?
97th.
Yeah, I mean, you can have tacos on the 97th episode. What are we doing?
Definitely they'll be drinking on 100, right?
Oh, yeah. What are we drinking?
Should we pre-drink?
Should we get some cock?
He's talking chicken cock, folks.
Chicken cock.
That didn't help any, did it?
That's not a big one, though.
Well, I went back to thinking about the pitch meeting for the name of that. It's a rye bourbon. We didn't really address it really well, but I'm thinking, okay, boy, okay, everyone. I can't just say boys. That's a little sexist, but
right.
They're in the boardroom coming up with it. Like, we're going to make this new bourbon. We're bringing it back, from an age-old recipe. What do we got for names? And Dave's in the corner and he raises his hand, Dave Theus, and he's got chicken cock, sir. and the guy's like, yeah, I like where you're going with this, Dave.
Do they have like a whiteboard, or are they using those tear-off sheets they stick up on the wall?
No, we're just spitballing at this point. We're not down to a list of names. You came off the hip with that one first, and the owner or CEO is like, Dave, I like your thinking on this. What are the origins of chicken cock? You're like, well, it's a chicken.
Gizzards.
It's a chicken, and and some have.
Wait a minute. We need to have a moment of silence. Did you see? Isn't there a bourbon distillery underwater? Did that happen this week?
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo
Yes.
Trace. What's going on in Kentucky?
Rain, apparently. They're gonna have plenty of water now.
That's not funny, man. That's sad. They got like one of their distilling houses underwater.
I think it's Buffalo Trace,
It is
right?
Buffalo Trace.
Okay. Yeah, famous bourbon distillery suffers substantial damage from flooding in Kentucky, and I see the plant, and it's all. But I was talking to someone about that on my way out of work today because that's what he drinks, and I said, "Well, with the
it's an American. I think it's American owned.
I'm not sure about that one.
Alexa.
No, it's owned by that South American company, Sazerac.
Ireland Party. And a chalked $1 for the Cork Southwest constituency since 2016.
What the hell is she talking about?
I don't know. She's having her own conversation.
Yeah. She's let me chime in.
So anyhow, I said, well, with the whole tariff thing going on, Canada is, going to resist buying American whiskeys, including bourbon, and therefore there's going to be a glut in the market, and the prices come down. But then I thought about it. I'm like, well, no, they'll just let the barrels age longer now and charge us more for more aged bourbon. So I don't think we're going to see a drop. There's not going to be a glut per se. They're going to have a glut in their warehouses, but beyond that.
Well, those Canadians, they drink.
Yeah, they got their own whiskey, though. Don't forget.
Yeah, but I think they're fooling themselves. All the guys I knew in the furniture business, the reason they came down was to sell furniture and buy booze. And I'm like, don't you guys have booze up there? And they're like, no, we want this American bourbon.
Right. But if it's going to cost more, it's going to sell less.
No, I don't.
So.
I just think you trying to come between the Canadians and drinking, you got a problem.
I don't know. We'll see, right? Time will tell. I always love finance because nothing is in fact, nothing's factual.
Certain.
It's all based on previous outcomes, which, by now we've had everything, we've tried everything. So, if it was so predictable, we'd all be rich in the stock market.
Well, yeah, I agree. And it's going to be fun to watch because we're living in history. We're making it every day. These are the things they're going to go back to when we're old and decrepit and go, hey, remember?
Yeah, remember well, stock market crashed.
Yeah. All right. That word game is kind of fun, Woody.
Well, I can come up with different word games for you. I mean, I'm just wondering how many people are either they knew all the words already in the definition, like these guys are idiots. Because I was being truthful. Those are words that I would have definitely, and I probably do it all the time on here, use words incorrectly.
You do, but I don't like to make bring them up.
You don't call me out on that. That's nice of you, Dave. Appreciate that.
No,
I
think you and I could be good at Boulder Dash, though.
Oh, making up things?
Well, yeah, because Boulder Dash, if I remember correctly, is a game where you get a word, then you have to convince everybody that's what it means, right?
Yeah. I think everybody gives a definition, but one person's got the real definition.
Yeah.
And so you have to try and sell yours as the one that's real, and you get points if people pick you. And I don't know. I don't think I must have played it if I know the rules, but
I have a very trustworthy persona.
Yeah, but I think you would be. You have that. You tend to laugh when you're lying, though.
Yeah, I have a tell.
Yeah,
just I'm picking my nose.
Is that your tell?
Yeah.
It's not rub your left ear.
It's not good at when I'm playing cards. Dave, you want to cut that out?
You know what I always look for is people will look up to their left, or when you're facing them, you're right. If they tend to do that if they're lying or making something up. That's a tell I look for.
She got me mild sauce.
What's wrong with that?
Well,
so looking out for your health.
Why bother?
Well, you get the flavor of the hot sauce, but you don't get the.
I got a Mexicana though. You know what that is? It's the opposite of an Americana. You know what an Americana is?
It says coffee, right?
Yeah, Mexicana is basically a burrito, I think.
It's also a form of eggs too, right? Americana or something like that, or what's the rolled up egg thing? Omelet. Isn't that an omelet type?
That's French. This episode is brought to you by Taco Bell.
Oh, that's right. We'll have to put that in our notes. You got anything else? Let's see. What time is it? You got 11 minutes. No, more than that. 10 minutes.
Okay. More than 11. It's 10. Okay.
What
university you're on.
I just realized that after I said that. Yeah. So, do you want to know what happened on this day?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, you know who was born this day?
Oh boy. No.
Of course you don't. Hugh Hefner. Or maybe he died. Let me check. He's just on the list of notables today.
Well, you're still
born
alive.
April 9th, 1926.
He's 2 years older than my dad. No, younger.
But he died in.
Oh, he did die?
Oh, no. Yeah, he died in 2017. So still longer than your dad, but.
Did he
not
peter
the
out?
same. Did you mean it to be that funny?
Kind of.
No, you just realized your own joke, didn't you?
That guy was a weirdo, man.
All those guys are, man. I mean, there's no way he would survive in today's environment. Didn't we celebrate the other guy? Who's the guy that was Larry Flint? Didn't we also talk about his birthday one day?
God, I hope not.
I'm pretty sure we did, or maybe his
He's
death.
a national treasure.
Yeah, he sure.
Isn't that the guy in the wheelchair?
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Oh,
But this day in 2003 was the fall of Baghdad.
huh.
So,
2003? Yeah,
Yeah.
Desert Storm.
do you remember? Oh, that was the second one. Do you remember what was the first one?
Desert Storm.
2003 wasn't Desert Storm.
Desert Shield.
Yeah, Desert Storm.
No,
we
Desert-
didn't
yeah.
take Baghdad down.
Yeah, that was
Desert
in
Storm.
1990.
Gotta be 96
Oh,
or
80
97.
something.
No, hold
Yeah,
on.
because
Let me think about it.
I was
again.
at CFI.
No, it was in the. Now I gotta look it up. It was.
Hold on.
Yeah, ask our research assistant.
Alexa, when did Desert Storm start?
The Gulf War started in 1990.
Bam.
Yeah, I was working at CFI, Central Florida Investments, Westgate, for those that don't know, the Siegel family. Ugh. And I was in the accounting department at the time, first job.
Is this when you worked in a shed or something out back?
Yeah, it was a construction trailer. Two of them joined together, but they, spruced them up. Like a showroom trailer. And I was working at night, and next door to us was Mystery Funhouse.
Oh, really?
And so my office, the wall outside my office was the laser tag game.
Oh man.
And I could hear pew, 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 and all this music the whole day long. I'm like, God, this is the worst. And at night,
Why the hell would an accounting office be next to a amusement park?
he owned both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he used to make his mother, like 80-year-old woman, go to the arcade and empty the quarters into the buckets. It was hilarious.
Hey, she had to earn her keep.
She did. I was like, "Can I help you with that?" She goes, "No, David won't let you do that. You got to do it yourself." But anyway, so I'm sitting back there. We had an AM/FM radio that was up on a shelf, and we had a bank of computers. We didn't have computers at our desk. There was like a computer room.
Right, and you had a monitor. They would extend monitors off of the mainframe.
No. This was like PCs lined up down this corridor.
Oh, okay.
6 or 7 PCs. So you had to go back there to use it. I don't know what we used on our desk, if anything. But anyway, so I was there like at 9:00 at night.
Slide rule.
And on the radio, they talked about Desert Storm starting. They were launching the first. Remember, they were flying at night off the carrier.
Yeah.
And stuff?
Yeah. I was in between college graduation and my career job, and I was working at Disney World at the time. And I was driving home from Disney World like at 10:00 at night when the news broke in that, it had started. And by the time I got to my apartment, everybody was huddled around the television watching what was going on. And we were listening to, who are those two CNN guys that somehow they left them in the hotel? The Iraqis left them in the hotel. Bernard Shaw.
Yeah, he probably was there.
Yeah, and the other guy just recently passed, I think.
Shaw's dead too.
Yeah, but they were basically, there was all sorts of rumors as they, were they purposely left in the hotel because everybody else was evacuated. The Iraqis came in and evacuated all the American journalists from the hotel and put them down in the basement to sequester them so they couldn't see what was going on.
Right.
And somehow these two hid, they said, and then they would suddenly go quiet on air because the Iraqis were knocking on the door. So it was Bernard Shaw and, God, I can't remember the other guy's name. But anyhow, So
what did
I
they call
kind of
that? What would they call that when they flew off the carriers?
a
Sob?
sortie.
Well, that would have been a sortie. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not
I think a friend of mine, Mike Hinks, maybe, if he's listening. I don't know if he was in Desert Storm or not, but he was a reel on a F-18 or 17, one of those things. Reel's the guy in the back seat.
why do they call him a reel? REAL or REEL?
Well, I used to think it was rear. Alexa, what is the fella in the back seat of an F-18 called?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for
Yeah,
that.
why would she?
Alexa, what is a
Co-pilot.
reel?
Oh
As an
God.
adjective, real is usually defined as true, not merely ostensible,
on.
nominal, or apparent.
There's no way you're getting this one. You want me to Google it? Or are you going to Google it?
As a noun, real
Do I need to make up content while you're eating your taco,
She's still
Googling
talking.
on your phone? It's so nice that I have a
She
partner in
won't
this.
stop.
She was. Well, it's not like you can run short
Navy
of
co-pilot in an F-18.
you can run short of definitions for real. I mean, that could go on all night.
Okay, in the Navy FA-18 Super Hornet EF models, the second crew member, often referred to as a co-pilot, is actually a naval flight officer with the role of weapons systems officer.
Yeah, I see where real came from.
Now, hold on.
This guy was your friend was jacking with you.
No, he's not a
He
jack with you
was
kind of guy.
he was setting this up for
Well,
the
he was
payout
the weapons
25 years
He
later.
talked about
He's
he would laser bombs in, so he was the weapons guy.
He's like, I bet in 25 years Dave's going to have a podcast and he's going to use the stupidest word for the
Stupidest not a word.
What isn't?
I don't think stupidest or stupider is not a word.
I said the stupid. The stupidest. Yes, you're right. I'm like, I didn't say that.
What the hell is this thing called? I swear it was a rear. How is this not possible?
Ask the assistant, say, is the second person in a fighter jet called a reel? That's how you ask AI.
Alexa, is the second person in a fighter jet called a reel?
From vintagethenwold.com. In most current fighters, the second crewman is called a weapons systems officer, WSO.
That's not even close.
So she couldn't just say no. She had to rub it in your face with the
She
alternate.
did. She waved it around a bit. She was like, "No, you idiot."
Because I know your next question, and she's like, "I know your next question is what is it called?"
I tell a mockingbird.
All right. Well, it's time to say goodnight.
Oh man, I was just getting fired up. I had one more.
Well, yeah, because you just finished. You finished your dinner. Nice.
This episode is brought to you by Taco Bell.
What are you drinking there? Pepsi?
It's the Pepsi sugar free.
Oh.
Pepsi Zero.
You
don't like Pepsi products?
You're un-American.
Pepsi's American.
Not as American as Coke. You're not a patriot drinking
Coke.
Pepsi.
I don't do drugs, Woody. That's inappropriate. All right, what are we doing?
We're saying goodnight.
Did I get everything in? I got the Mexicana in.
Yeah. Is that really a Taco Bell dish?
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't
Did I mention
everything?
This episode was brought to you by Taco Bell?
Yeah, isn't everything Mexicana?
I assume so.
All right.
Seems a little racial, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I always said we call people. Now I forget my line. I asked people, what do you call someone from Mexico? This isn't a joke, but you say Mexican, but that's kind of used that term is used mostly as a derogatory term. Mexican? Yeah.
How so?
Well, like
Those dirty Mexicans. That's not derogatory, is it? I mean, how is?
You're gonna hire some Mexicans. Things. There's those kinds of terms. I don't use them, but I hear them. So
you're such a good person.
I know, right? It's so good to be impure like me.
I don't know how you do it. All right. Before we get my waiters full.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what did I say? This was episode 97.
901.
97.
All right.
So this is episode. Wait a minute. This is season 9.
Yes.
Ooh,
No,
that
don't
wasn't
do that.
necessary. That was.
Oh, he almost had a.
Did it come across?
No, it sounded like you choked on yourself.
Oh. Season 9, episode 1. We're starting to wander now, so we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
All right, you got to go over to Spaces, folks. Right now, go to Spaces.
Please.
All right, listen to us. If you're listening to us or watching us on video, we're over on YouTube, where you can find us at We Can Help with Dave and Woody. And please, please, please subscribe. We're going to flip it this week. So please, we're going to beg you.
Oh, you've bought into my program.
No, I'm not buying it. We're just going to spread it around a little bit. So we're
All right.
going to ask you to please subscribe if you've liked what you've watched, especially Dave enjoying crunchy tacos that were all broken apart.
You know, what's funny is we look like we're sitting at the same desk, but we never look at each other.
Well, that's because we're professionals. We're on camera 1
I
and
should go,
camera
hey,
2.
Dave, how you doing?
Wait a minute. There you are. Hey.
No, we can't. Then I must have to look this way. Okay. So, hey, Dave.
No, you were right the first time.
No, I wasn't. We're right on here, but it's reversed on YouTube.
That's the whole point. I don't think they really care about what it really is. It's the visual that they're getting, Woody.
Anyhow.
Where was I? Anyway, did I talk about this episode being brought to you by Taco Bell?
Yes. Yes, you did. And I only wish that was the case. So, Taco Bell, if you're listening, be open to sponsorship.
We love it. It's yummy. All right. So, especially those little Mexicans make it. That's what makes it so good.
Oh, Jesus.
Where was I? YouTube. Like and follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Mash the button because we can't make a dime until we get over 1,000 subscribers.
That's
right
absolutely
now,
true.
However many we have is not enough. So get on with it. And then if you'd like to take us with you to the gym, because I know right after eating Taco Bell, you want to go to the gym. That's the best thing you can do.
That's
so you can listen.
That's not usually the room you want to go to after you eat Taco Bell. But
you can listen to us on Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Podcast Addict. And one of those
podcast platform.
I don't know about that, but whatever. Those for sure. Spotify. We want to be on Spotify's top 100 list, and within the next 2 years.
We're getting close.
We actually are. We're picking up. Things are happening. We don't like to talk about it too much because we don't want to scare people off. But dadgummit, tune in to us and talk to us about whatever.
Whatever. We're 2 minutes over.
We're going to Spaces over at Dave and Woody Pod. Dave and Woody Pod over at X. Are you done, Woody?
Bye.
All right. See you guys next week. Peace.